This is how important family dinner was to our family. One night we were at dinner. It was a Sunday night. All of us are there. Kevin was probably maybe 4 or 5 years old. And so it came time to leave. I had to go home. It was dark and he did not want to leave.
We uprooted Kevin that night. Louis came home gracefully because he was older and understood, but Kevin didn't want to leave.
I was not ready to go home. Everybody else was leaving. My parents, my brother, all my cousins that I was having all this fun with. Everybody was leaving. I didn't want to go home. I wasn't ready to go home. I wanted to hang out with Papa.
I remember he didn't want to go home. They made him go home.
He's crying, no, 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 I want to stay, I want to stay. And no, we have to go home.
My parents dragged me out of there and I had a fit.
This child was in a car seat in the back screaming, "Turn this car around! Take me back!"
Now, at that time, I had lived quarter of a mile, half a mile from Grandma and Papa's house.
So we go home, and now Kevin's just giving us a hard time. I want to go back. I want to go back. So, as smart as I was and the great parent I was, again, it's dark. I'm in the driveway with him. Sherry's in the house. She's listening to this go on in the driveway. I said, go ahead, walk back.
When I was unloading and I ended up in the kitchen when my husband showed up without Kevin. And he said, well, he's going back to my mother's. I said, you have to go after him. You have to follow him. There's bear. You gotta go.
I said, I can't do that. What are we going to teach him? But family dinner and being at my parents' and being with Papa was so important. Well, he had these little lights on his sneakers. So all we could see is the lights going up the road.
I do remember having the light up shoes walking up this big, big hill in the dark.
Here I am, running up behind people's houses, watching him that nothing happens to him.
We couldn't believe it. When we heard the knock on the door, we looking at his Kevin.
And I'm like, this kid won. He won.
And the reason I have the memory is almost like this feeling of not regret, like this feeling of like knowing you're not supposed to do something. And it just, there's like all the elements of that memory that I'm like, no, I think I remember that.
That's how important family dinner is to all of the kids.